Renovating,
Renovating.
and welcome back to our little Bulgarian adventure.
Yeah, it's been another lovely week here in Bulgaria.
Bit chilly at times, but
Plenty of sunshine.
slowly getting warmer.
Yeah. We had a lot of sunshine. Today is actually our first grey day since last Friday, I think.
It is. We did have a smattering of snow last weekend, but nothing settled.
No.
Passed through.
And we started our week this week with a visit from Kaz, which was lovely.
It was. It's nice to meet people who watch us and see what we're doing.
Yeah.
It's good to show people around.
And that just eased us gently into our week.
It did, yes. We've had another kind of pottering week, doing stuff as and where we can. We've done some work outside because we've had the weather.
Yeah, the minute the sun shines, we're both rushing out there, aren't we?
And also we've started work on the spare room, and this is what we've done. The time has come now for us to start on our spare room. It used to be our kitchen, which is why the sink's in here. So my first two jobs: remove the sink on the sink unit and remove this shelf up here. That'll allow me access into the walls to sort out any walls, any channeling in, any making good that needs to be done before I then start on the floor. I said before, the ceiling is going to wait until I fix the roof, but there's nothing wrong with getting the rest of the room done, and then we'll be able to use it as a spare room. So first things first, let's get rid of the sink. Now that the sink's gone, this tap becomes redundant. Now it's basically a very small water heater. You have the cold water coming in, it heats the water, you have hot water. We've installed it when we first moved in 3 years ago because we had no boiler. Well, now of course we have hot water, we have no use for this. Also, it needs moving. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off the water, cut the pipe, cap it off. This here is the water for the washing machine. So I'm going to leave that in place for the time being. That may get moved as we come further into the work of doing the room. But for the time being, I don't need to move it, so I'm not going to. We'll just get rid of this and then move on to sorting out the drainage. We don't need drainage for a sink when we don't have a sink. So that'll be the job once that's gone. So now we have to tidy up the bits of the drainage. We've got a connector here onto just a single bit of pipe. We have an attachment here for the washing machine waste to go down, another little extension bit, and then a section here where the sink waste used to go. So the plan now is to take out one of these two, cut a piece of pipe that will connect from the connector there to this connector. That connector will then go into this connector here, or even that one there possibly. But just to tidy up, take all these joins out and make it so that there's nothing there that shouldn't be there. Where I've cut the pipe, I've put a beveled edge on the edge around the top here. Now this is because on here there's a rubber seal that it needs to slip over. If you don't do that, it's a lot harder to get it into the hole and to get a good secure fit. Now it only takes a minute or two to do it, but it will save you an awful lot of hassle in the long run. So if you're doing this sort of job, do that. And there we have the new pipe in place. It's a lot tighter than it was before, less prone for leaking, and I'm ready to move on to removing the shelf. So that's the shelf gone. You can see where it used to be. I've got to make good the holes. I've got to chain in the cable. I've got to make sure this socket is secure in the wall, like I've done in the other rooms. But for now, I'm going to leave it. We've got nice weather outside. There's plenty to do out there. So I'm going to switch to that. So I'll carry on with this next week. As with most of these projects, once I get started, then I tend to just keep going. So we're hoping to have the spare room finished fairly quickly. We're leaving the ceiling, as I said in the video, but all the rest of it shouldn't take too long. Get the hallway done when it's warm enough to concrete, and that'll be the inside work finished.
Yeah, temperatures are supposed to be rising quite significantly this week,
Yeah.
so we're above freezing for most of the week, I think. Which
So-
will be a change.
It will be, yes. It could be one of those strange situations where, like when I was doing this room, I'm doing 2 rooms at once, because as soon as I get the weather for the concreting in the hallway, it's getting done. All hands to the pumps. We'll have Max lugging buckets, all that sort of thing.
Yes, it's going to be nice to get those last 2 rooms finished.
Oh yeah.
Then we can have family come and stay.
Uh-huh.
Hint.
Yeah. Where have you been? We've been here 3 years, come on.
In fairness, they haven't had anywhere to sleep.
No. So
And David has visited.
he did, he was quite happy sleeping on a deflating airbed.
But yes, other members of our family definitely won't come unless there's a proper bed.
So that's one of the reasons we left it so long.
You're naughty.
Also, last week I did say that I would be showing you my new toy that I've got for doing one of the tricky jobs outside. Well, I've got it, I've used it, it works as I expected it to, but we haven't tackled the tricky job yet. I just wanted to make sure I knew how to use it before I did anything too serious with it. So next week, hopefully, you'll be able to see it and me in action.
That's probably about it for us this week.
Yes, you're up to date with what we've been up to.
Yeah, we've had a quiet week again.
We do this time of year. Regular viewers will be used to that. So until next week, I think it's time to say,
Stay safe.
be well.
Ta skoro.
Ta skoro.